The McDonald's Snack Wrap is back. You brought it back. Ranch Snack Wrap. Spicy Snack Wrap. You broke the internet for a snack. Snack Wrap is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like aloe or skins, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. With Shop Pay, that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts are going abandoned and way more sales happening. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whatever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skins uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Attack the Baseline, a WNBA podcast where every episode we attack our baseline knowledge of the WNBA. We're your hosts, John and Kristen Barber, and today we're back to talk about a very eventful, action-packed, fun, hilarious WNBA All-Star Weekend. Our top 10 moments, you could say, in no particular order. I'm very excited because there was so much to talk about from this weekend. It was such a blast to follow from all the players. And we're going to get into it. Before we do, Kristen, how are you?
I'm great. In the words of Kayla McBride this morning, when they're on the plane about to go home, she said, "I need a sauna and an IV," because she was exhausted.
Mm-hmm. You could hear it in her voice, how exhausted she was.
And I stayed up late watching the Studbudz streams. I was riding high all weekend. And like her, I need a break. But I had a great weekend.
Yeah, like I already said, fully packed. Like, you could follow this because of Studbudz the entirety of the weekend. And I've never experienced any All-Star Weekend for any sport like this one, where you are so close and personal with the players. And that's just something that we love about the WNBA. Like, we know the personality of so many of these players because they are so available and they're so friendly to the camera. Mm-hmm. Like, it's really cool. And I'm so excited to talk about our favorite moments because it was really hard to honestly pick a favorite.
Mm-hmm. No, I couldn't pick a favorite.
No, it's about the whole weekend as a whole.
Yes.
Before we get into that, if you would like to reach out to us and let us know how you're feeling about the show, or if you had a moment that we didn't talk about that you'd like us to mention in a future show, you could do so at our email, attackthebaseline@gmail.com, or connect with us on Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok at ATBPod. Leave us a 5-star rating and review if you'd be so kind on whatever platform it is that you use. And just continue to get the word out about the show. We are continuing to bring you analysis and news and all that good stuff that comes with following this wonderful, wonderful league. So why don't we just get right into it? I don't think we need to beat around the bush. I think we'll start here talking about Friday. We're going to bounce around. We'll talk about some things that happened on Thursday near the end of the show, the orange carpet specifically. But right at the top, item number 1, we have Natasha Cloud winning the skills competition. Mm-hmm. It was an interesting event. I felt a Skylar Diggins win, and she didn't particularly show up. However, she showed up later, and we'll talk about that. Mm-hmm. But Natasha Cloud, our Philly girl, mm-hmm. taking home the hardware.
She killed it. She beat Erica Wheeler by 1.1 seconds. Mm-hmm. I was worried for a while. she had to really speed through the last leg of it. And I think like for a couple seconds, like Erica thought she was going to win. So she's like standing on the baseline, like jumping up, like getting excited. And then Tosh pulls it out right at the end. And then they just like hug and embrace each other. And they're both like jumping up, like laughing, hugging. Like even Erica Wheeler's like so excited and hype that Tosh won. That was amazing. It was so much fun, that competition.
Yeah, I agree. And Wheels was a cool entry here. I when we find out who's going to be participating here, I didn't realize that, they probably selected Erica Wheeler, who has had a great year in Seattle, because she was a longtime Indiana Fever player. So the crowd, there was no other Indiana Fever player in the event. So this is like the crowd's connection to a player. And I honestly, even more than Natasha Cloud, I feel like Erica Wheeler was the most pumped up of anybody in this event. And, we have a lot of competitive people participating. I mean, Courtney Williams, come on, and Sky and Leash. But Erica Wheeler, when she posted her first round 36.5 seconds, she slammed the ball on the ground. She was pumping her fist. She was jumping up and down because she knew she had a good time. And it made for such an exciting event, which I really thought she was going to pull it out, like you said.
I know.
But
I was so nervous. I don't know why I get so nervous watching this, but I get so anxious.
Oh, and to see like Tosh say, "Oh, Izzy Harrison, I promised you that we're going to use that money for a down payment on a house. Well, baby, I'm going to get you that house." Like, and the big hug and the kiss. It was just so awesome. And, we love Tosh so much. I'm so excited to hopefully get to see her play basketball in Philadelphia in the twilight of her career. So any win for Tosh is a win for Philadelphia. So we were feeling good after the first event of the night there.
Of course. And then the next event of the night was a 3-point contest, which was also fun. I think not as adrenaline rush as the skills competition, but it was also fun. We saw Sabrina win her second time, the second player to win more than once.
Which is crazy. Kind of crazy to me.
After Allie Quigley has won 4 times. I saw so many people saying that they should rename the 3-point contest to be the Allie Quigley 3-point competition.
I like that.
They could do that.
Well, they probably have to keep it starry. Remember, this is the only time of year where we care about starry soda, the 3-point contest.
The starry balls.
They probably pay a pretty penny to, have that branding, but the Allie Quigley starry 3-point contest, make it a thing.
Mm-hmm. And Sabrina shot 11 in a row.
Yeah.
She was on one. She beat Alicia Gray, which was unfortunate for you, John.
It was tough.
Of course, we were rooting for Alicia Gray. I personally was hoping Sonia Citron would have a really good showing, and she did. Like, nothing was bad about her showing. She just did end up last out of all of them, but with 19 points, she did pretty good too.
Yeah, and we'll talk about Sonia later on here, but even like KP being like, I'm just gonna go off of vibes. I'm not gonna warm up, and she had 22, and she was very much like looking like she was going to make the final until we get Sabrina and Alicia at the end there. I was really impressed by Sabrina. Obviously, the 2023 champion facing off against the 2024 champion was pretty cool. And, Alicia was like, I got to go home with something when she was warming up talking to Asia. And she ultimately doesn't get it done. She doesn't defend either of her titles, but she made for a competitive match. And, there's a reason that like we see Sabrina was very much the heavy favorite in this event. And she really blew the doors out with her, with that final round where she hit those 11 in a row. So, hey, a New York sweep, the Liberty reigning champions. They win both skills. They win 3-point.
And not only New York, a Phantom Basketball Club sweep, which you don't expect.
No, you wouldn't expect that. Given our unrivaled teams, how they played in Miami back in the winter, wouldn't have guessed it would have been a phantom sweep. But Phantom Basketball Club, they're up.
And it was really nice at the end when Sabrina said that she is giving half the money to Sonia.
Yeah, like such a cool thing.
Because Sonia, I think, was so nervous going into it. For like perfectly reasonable. I would be like, she's the only rookie participating in either of the competitions. So I'm like super glad that she did it and took the risk. So before Sabrina said, if I win, I'm going to give you half my winnings, Sonia. So apparently she's doing that, which is just nice.
Love that.
And then she said the other half's going to her foundation, which was nice too.
Yeah. Good luck by Sabrina Ionescu.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I know. Like, I don't know why. Well, I guess because she didn't participate last year. So I just didn't have it in my brain that like she's just can be so automatic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And she did say the last time she was in Indianapolis doing a 3-point competition was against Steph Curry.
Yep.
Where she lost. So that was also the chip on Sabrina's shoulder. She's saying, I was here and I lost to Steph last time, so I need to win tonight.
Right. I that was a cool night for us. I remember locking in. We were in DC at a bar. We had nothing to do. We were like, let's watch a 3-point. Sabrina, who we didn't know about a ton of, and obviously we know Steph. And yeah, to come full circle in Indiana and get this win, get the monkey off of her back. Sabrina, who knows if we see another Sabrina 3-point, but at this point she's got 2. Quiggs has 4. Maybe she's going to try to challenge.
I mean, it's so easy for her. Like, you might as well.
Maybe.
I'm curious if Caitlin actually did it. What would have happened with Caitlin?
Yes.
So maybe next year we get the Caitlin Sabrina matchup.
We'll see. Excited to see the future. Let's move on to item number 3 here, and we're going to take our opportunity to talk about the Studbudz. The 72-hour stream, and I guess we'll encapsulate this moment into the parties that they went on. The parties Thursday night, they're out and about. They're at the welcome party. They're dancing with Cheryl Reeve. The next morning, Cheryl says, "That wasn't me. That was AI." Like, kind of hilarious move by Cheryl Reeve, who, she's got her own things to worry about, but she's like, I'm going to dance with my players because I do love them. And it just shows how cool Cheryl is with them and around them. And then to see Friday night as they're out and Kathy Engelbert gets in the circle with T and Court and is like dancing about. That was really cool to see.
That was so funny.
And I was like, it's Kathy. It's Kathy. I was doing the little point at the screen. Like, there she is. There she's doing it. That was great. And then Saturday night, after the game's over, you can tell this one better because you were paying closer attention, but like Court's telling Diplo, change the music, even though Diplo is like the guest DJ.
Well, I didn't see it live. I just saw clips afterwards, but yeah, Court didn't like the music that Diplo was playing.
It skewed too country? Is that what it was? Or she just didn't like
she was like, just put on hip hop, put on whatever.
Can you put on Pink Pony Club?
Yeah, that was their song of the weekend, the Pink Pony Club. This morning when they were closing out the stream, it was so funny. 10 a.m., it's Court, T, Nafisa, and K-Mac, and they're on their plane about to leave, and they're like, Fee, come over here. And they play Pink Pony Club one last time and all sing it together. And they're like very off-key voices because they all have lost their voice at this point. They're just sitting like staring at the camera, singing Pink Pony Club.
K-Mac's pulling her sweatshirt over her head because she's like, why do I have to be on here? And I've been one to watch a Twitch stream now and again. I really hope they're going to get a cease and desist or a DMCA, or they're going to get demonetized because there was so much music on this stream.
Yeah.
And for that, I just hope they don't get in trouble and that like this can be a thing again, because this was the reason we were so connected on All-Star Weekend, because they were dedicated from 10 a.m. on Thursday to give you everything that was happening outside of like the CBA meetings that we couldn't see.
Right. Court went to the CBA meeting. So Natasha was taking over the stream while Court was in the CBA meetings. And you kind of heard, a little bit about that. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, it was so much fun. Like while they're eating, while they're just like hanging out in their room. They must have, this was funny too. They must have Spotify with ads.
Yeah, right. There were ads in the middle of their songs while they're getting ready.
Right. So they'd be dancing, then ads would come on. Like, huh? But okay. And it was just so much fun, like seeing when other players would pop in and pop up and like just how much they interact with each other. And like Caitlin was like, I want to be on Studbudz.
I've been watching for 3 hours.
Yeah. And every player they're so supportive of it. Even like the more mainstream media is so supportive of it. Before the skills competition, they both were on with Shanae Agumake, Andrea Carter, and Elle Duncan, who always do like the pregame commentary. And they're just like talking to the Studbudz and everyone saying Studbudz, Studbudz. Like it was so up close and personal. Everyone seems to support it. I have seen a couple people say like, oh, they're never going to be able to do this again.
Yeah.
But I don't like really agree with that. Like I think like even Kathy, the commissioner of the league, is like dancing in their stream.
Yeah.
So I don't really see who would have a problem with this. I think it brought so many people in. They have so much content, so many clips.
So many clips.
Like basketball related clips and then just like funny clips, like the meme now of T like looking back where it's like I'm doing something I'm not supposed to do. Because she's like riding her scooter in the hallway of the hotel.
Crazy.
They like door dashed a scooter.
Microphones and a scooter.
To the hotel. That's crazy. So it was so much fun. And I really think like it really just highlighted everything the players are talking about in that like the players are the ones who are bringing people in. The players are the ones that are shedding the light and like bringing the content, and they deserve to be paid everything, that they deserve.
Good segue.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
There's a lot of pressure to wear the right clothes for every situation. But the clothes don't make the man. With Mack Weldon, you can build a wardrobe that looks polished in any setting and tells the world you stay you wherever you go. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 25% off your first order of $125 or more with promo code MACK25. That's MackWeldon.com. Promo code MACK25.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/zip to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
Sure. So the next item we wanted to talk about was the CBA negotiations and how every player came out on the court. on Saturday night wearing their T-shirts that say, "Pay us what you owe us." That was hugely powerful. I've seen that everywhere.
Yep.
Just a simple statement. They all got together before the game and said, "We're going to wear these," passed out the shirts. And now they're selling them.
Yep.
They might be sold out at this point. They've been selling them. We know a bunch of people that have bought them already.
Oh, yeah.
So I love that. Like, it's such an easy way to, they don't have to say anything. Like, the shirt says it all. The statement says it all. And like every single one of them said it, which is amazing. I do think something that was interesting that kind of came out of this, and maybe it's been around, but I just haven't heard these kind of numbers. Right now, they only have 9% of the revenue sharing. Apparently, in the negotiation so far, the league wants it to be a fixed percentage. Say how the NBA is like 50. The league wants it to be a fixed. But the players' union wants it to be a moving percentage, a growing percentage based on the growth of the league.
Like, we'll start lower than 50%, but eventually ideally get to 50%.
Yeah. So I think right now that's kind of where the negotiations are. And I do think, like, yeah, they didn't come out of this weekend with a deal, but I don't think anyone expected that. Like, I personally don't think that, like, any red flags so far. We're moving along. There's no reason to do a deal right now when we still have half the season. Like, they're talking. Obviously, the league is supporting them. The commissioner is supporting them. Like,
the owners need to get their act together.
Yeah. And the NBA, I think.
Yeah, of course.
Whatever. But it was just, like, I think great overall weekend in the sense of bringing more eyes to, obviously the players need to be paid more because they are everything in this league.
Right. And if you make it so much more obvious, not that it wasn't obvious already, that only helps you, that only gives you more leverage. Like, when people are watching because of you, because of the players, and the players are the ones wearing the shirts, making the statement, like, that's how you get this done. And of course, you know, I saw a lot of headlines that said, or even just quotes saying, we're not anywhere close to where the league is from the players. There was an interesting comment that I saw from Gabby Williams that the league is not so excited about Unrivaled or Athletes Unlimited, which I think the league should find a way to make that a part of the WNBA ecosystem, because it's not going anywhere. Even, you know, we're not going to talk about this in greater detail, but like, Unrivaled just signed 14 collegiate athletes to the future NIL contracts of Unrivaled. Like, they are investing in the future players that aren't even in the W yet. So Unrivaled's not planning to go anywhere. You have Nafisa wearing an Unrivaled t-shirt as she drafts her WNBA All-Star team. So, like, sorry, you can't cut that out. But, you know, I like you said, it wasn't going to get done this weekend. Obviously, this is a golden opportunity because everybody's around to have these meetings, and they had 2 or 3 meetings, and they're going to need to have more because we have 3 months until the contract runs out. But Kathy said, and I quote, that she is expecting a transformational contract with this new CBA. So you better deliver, because I don't want to see a strike. I don't want to lose watching the W, but I want them to get everything that they deserve because they deserve it. So that's all we have to say on CBA. There will be more.
I will say the elevator picture of them all going to the meeting is so cute. It's like the 40 players all in the elevator, like smiling up at the selfie cam. You love to see that.
Yes, they're so committed to it all together. Everyone's on the same page, which they're doing a great job. So we'll move on to item number 5. And now we're going to talk about the All-Star game itself. Caitlin Clark, who was not participating on the court. However, she was very active in a coaching role. She said, Sandy, get out of the way. Let me cook.
I'm the coach now.
She was drawing up plays, and her team was like, huh? And then they go out there and they did not run the play. And Caitlin said, boo! Like, what are you guys doing?
She's booing them from the sideline.
But she had such a great weekend herself. And it was very clear to see. She was so funny. She had so many great clips talking to Ryan Ruocco and Rebecca Lobo, talking about how, we're about to go into halftime. We're down. We're going to watch Glorilla and I'm going to go get a drink. A Gatorade. I'm going to get a Gatorade. But like, and showing up on Studbudz, like it was as much as all these national, outlets want to write these think pieces about how depressed Caitlin was about not playing, and they want to just continue to hype up the fact that, the fact that she's not playing, no one's going to pay attention. We were paying attention, and she was having a great time. And if you are a fan of Caitlin Clark, you got to see plenty of Caitlin this weekend.
Yeah, like even if you are upset that she's not playing, like she still was very vocal, very involved in the game. Like I would have still watched just to see her like talking on the microphone, and I think you really saw her personality this weekend. It was very fun from her.
Yeah.
Like she really embraced it, maybe especially because it was in her home court.
Sure.
But I think she would have had fun either way, even if it was somewhere else and she couldn't play. And like many other players who were supposed to play couldn't play. And everyone was having a good time. So that was very funny that Caitlin was like drawing up plays for the team and they weren't doing it. And she was just totally enjoying herself. That was very fun to see her embrace it. And I hope that the media can just like embrace her having fun. Like, why are we making her this like victim who's upset when she's not?
Right. Yeah, that was completely overblown, and the amount of stupid articles that came out that said how upset she was, which like sure she was upset, but she was very happy otherwise. And she loves being around these players as much as they love being around one another, so like just give her some grace.
She also at one point we had the Studbudz. We also had Sid and TP who were on the sidelines reporting. And a couple times Caitlin went over to Sid and TP, and she was like talking with them in their microphones and like making jokes with Sid and TP. So it was great.
Right. It was great. She got jokes. Yeah. Sid and TP back, by the way. That's a little nice side note on the weekend.
Yeah.
New podcast dropping.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we shouldn't like promote other people's podcasts, but I'm happy to promote.
I will be listening.
Sid and TP.
It's not a TV show. I would have loved a TV show, but like, oh well.
Yeah, that's true. No, it'll still be good. So a bunch of people did show out during the All-Star game, particularly our 3 rookies.
Their first time on an All-Star court.
Yes, for the 3 of them. Paige was a starter, and then Sonia and Kiki were reserves. Paige hit the first 4-point shot of the game, which was a beautiful shot. It did like hit the rim a bunch of times when it was going down, but that like was a huge moment, I thought. And I honestly loved these 4-point circles.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
I have my opinions about them.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that they've done in the NBA All-Star for a while now. Because, there was a moment where in time where it was like, wow, they're shooting from so far out. But it's become more normalized with Sabrina, with Caitlin, that it's like, okay, what's really the value in it? But like, yes, for the purpose of an All-Star game, we're all just having a good time. The players are clearly having a good time, don't really care. It was very much an All-Star basketball game, which I've seen a ton of.
Yeah.
Very different than last year, where,
of course,
the Olympic team needed to get right or needed to like practice. So they kind of play with an elevated level. And
yeah, I did see some people talking about that, like how last year's game was much more of a game. And this year they're like, what are they doing this year? Well, yeah, because last year they had to practice for the literal gold medal in the Olympics. And this year they were totally vibing.
Who cares? Let them vibe.
No, this was something I didn't like, was how often Ryan Ruocco and Rebecca Lobo kept saying, now when are they going to start playing defense? And every single person they talked to were, when are you going to start playing defense?
Caitlin, never. We're never playing defense. Only offense. was pretty funny. It was very
That
funny.
was funny. Who cares that the score was 151 to 131? I don't care.
Yeah, we're on with Paige Beckers. Paige, what would Coach Ariema say about the defense? Oh, it would be appalling. He would say this is an appalling disgrace to basketball or whatever, whatever she said. Yeah, you don't play defense in an All-Star game. Sorry. And there were moments where they did play defense. Like clearly they understand that sometimes we're just here to have fun.
Yeah. Okay. Well, back to the rookies.
Yeah.
So Paige had a great game, at least a great start.
At least a great start. Yeah.
She just fits in so well. And like every player loves her. So amazing game for Paige. Kiki, going back to this 4-point circle, like that, because it's 4 points, it brings players who don't typically shoot threes to try to shoot some. So at the end of the game, Kiki is shooting a 4, missed it, and it went into the hands of Breanna Stewart, who's
under 10 seconds to go
on the other team.
Right.
So Stewie like could have dribbled it up and got their own basket.
Or just
Meanwhile,
ended the game.
They are winning by 24 points. But Stewie just like looked around, threw it back to Kiki on the other team, and then she made a 4.
Bang.
And everyone's cheering for
Let's
her, like
go.
both teams. That's just so sweet.
Absolutely. It was awesome for them. And, not to forget Sonia, you mentioned this earlier, but like Sonia in the 3-point contest, like that was the time where she shined for me this weekend, because there was the moment in time where she drains that center rack. She goes 5 balls in a row. And I was like, Sonia, who was very far and away the lowest odds to win that competition. I thought there was a chance that she was just going to ride that heat into the last 2 racks and get herself in a final after hearing how nervous she was. And of course she ended up falling off and only ends up with 19 points and is the lowest score on the night. But for me in that moment, I was like, damn, she is legit from deep. And, obviously we've seen that, but like, it was cool for her, even though of how concerned she was, how anxious she was about participating, that she at least had that moment to shine where the crowd is like getting into it when you make 5 in a row. So great night for Sonia, great weekend for Paige and for Kiki. It was cool to see Paige and AZ in clips talking about one another and taking pictures together, and just like the whole, now that everyone knows that they're together, it was just cool to see how they, how they're showing out in public with one another. And that was awesome. Paige answering questions about AZ on the orange carpet was really cool. And just a great, like, it's relatively rare that you get 3 rookies in, an All-Star, and all these rookies deserved every moment. And it's just, you want to celebrate that, because this could be their only All-Star, but hopefully it's their first of 10 All-Stars for each of them.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
NetCredit is here to say yes, because you're more than a credit score. Apply in minutes and get a decision as soon as the same day. Loans offered by NetCredit or lending partner banks and serviced by NetCredit. Application subject to review and approval. Learn more at netcredit.com/partners. NetCredit. Credit to the people.
Did you know 39% of teen drivers admit to texting while driving? Even scarier, those who text are more likely to speed and run red lights. Shockingly, 94% know it's dangerous but do it anyway. As a parent, you can't always be in the car, but you can stay connected to their safety with Greenlight Infinity's driving reports. Monitor their driving habits, see if they're using their phone, speeding, and more. These reports provide real data for meaningful conversations about safety. Plus, with weekly updates, you can track their progress over time. Help keep your teens safe. Sign up for Greenlight Infinity at greenlight.com/podcast.
So another player who had an incredible game was Skylar Diggins. And this was just funny because on the orange carpet, who was it? I forget who asked Alyssa Thomas. Oh, it was the main orange carpet people. They asked Alyssa Thomas, are we going to see the first triple double in this All-Star game from you, AT?
Do you have it? Yeah.
And she was like, probably not. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
AT is not even a starter too. So and of course Sky wasn't either.
So fast forward and we're like, yeah, why would anyone get a triple double in an All-Star game? Fast forward to the game and Skylar is obviously upset with herself that she came last in the skills competition, as she said this afterwards. And she said, I really needed to have a good game because I came last in the skills. And here she is getting a triple double in the All-Star game. She sets the assist record. It was like she went for 11, 11, and 15 or something.
Insane.
Crazy.
It doesn't even matter how much they do or don't care about the game. She still left such a huge mark on the game with breaking the assist record. And it's just cool because I was right to back Sky. Clearly Sky cares, even in this environment where players often don't care. And she wanted to show out, and she did. And she got the thing that everyone thought AT would get, which is really cool. So shout out to Sky. And it's a bummer you didn't perform better in skills, but you made literal history. And you wouldn't have necessarily made history if you won skills. I mean, obviously you would have been one of the people that won skills, but to say that you were the first triple double in this format, that's something cool to celebrate.
Yeah, that's cooler, I think. But she didn't win MVP, unfortunately, in this game.
No.
Another member of Team Collier won MVP. Well,
the namesake.
Nafisa herself, setting the points record with 36.
By a point, 1 point.
I think 2. Enrique said it last year.
Right.
It's the past 3 years have been breaking the record. Maybe next year we'll finally get a 40 piece.
Yeah, we've been begging for a 40 piece all season because, people want DoorDash and they're not going to get DoorDash because nobody wants to drop a 40 piece. However, 36 by Nafisa, pretty sweet. She hit back-to-back 4s and proved that her range is locked on. So, and she very much wanted to keep it in the minds of the WNBA cognoscenti in the zeitgeist that, I'm the MVP. Remember, maybe I had a little bit of a slow end to the first half, not as hot as the beginning of the season for me, but I'm the one. She had 36. Kelsey Mitchell was the next highest scorer with 20.
Really?
Leash had 18.
Wow.
So it was a big night for Nafisa Collier.
Yes.
The namesake of the team. They won by 20. And she was as dominant as she has been all season long. So you gotta applaud Nafisa Collier.
I will say 2 things. First, hopefully this does, of course, translate into the rest of the season, and Fee can kind of hang on to this MVP type season she's going for and win MVP of the season. But I will say it doesn't happen often that the MVP of the All-Star game also wins MVP of the season. And I just really quickly looked this up, so don't come at me if this is wrong, but I think it's only happened 3 other times.
Okay. Probably more than I thought.
The last time it happened was in 2013.
2013?
With Candace Parker.
Wow. It's been a while.
2005, it was Cheryl Swoops. 2001, it was Lisa Leslie. And that's it. So that's history.
Could Fee add to history?
Yes.
We will see.
And then the other point is I perhaps want to apologize to Caitlin Clark because of how much, I don't know how much I said this on the podcast, but I really was like, wow, she didn't pick Asia Wilson number 1 overall. I mean, she did pick Aaliyah, which, whatever. My point is, I do think the guards were more valuable in this situation.
Yeah, come on.
Obviously, because of this 4-point thing.
Right.
So, which I guess I didn't realize they were doing this 4-point circle.
Well, they didn't last year. Because you can't put it in there when you're practicing for the Olympics because there's no 4-point shot in the Olympics.
Right, that's true. So like picking Sabrina early, a good choice by her.
Right.
Perhaps should have been number 1, picking Sabrina.
Right. Maybe.
So she was okay not picking Asia first because Asia ended with only 4 points. Because whatever, I'm just going to shoot from this 4-point circle.
Right.
And whatever.
Right.
So yeah, good All-Star game.
Good
it was
All-Star
fun.
game.
Everyone was having a good time. Ryan Howard shot from the bench.
Yeah. That was so funny.
It's funny, like the Stewie passes it to Ryan Howard. Stewie was like just passing to anyone.
He's doing whatever.
She's like, here you go. She passes it to Ryan Howard, who's on the sidelines on the bench.
Standing up.
Yeah, but then the refs like blow their whistle, like, you can't do that. It's like, yeah, obviously. And then Ryan shoots it from the sideline. That was funny.
Would have been cool if she knocked it down. But yeah.
Our number 9 point, if anyone's keeping track of our numbers, it was just so funny during halftime when Glorilla was performing and you had all of the dancers on the court, and then all of the players are like getting so close to the dancers, like filming it, drinking, having a great time dancing. And like a couple of the players were standing so close to the dancers that I really thought that they were the dancers. Like Slim was right next to the dancers and was like watching them and doing the dance.
Move for move.
Like,
Absolutely
so
locked
good. I really thought, I was like, that's Slim? Like it was so funny.
Because even the color of the outfits were
they were just
similar.
wearing black.
Right. But Slim was in the black jersey, right? So easy for her to fit in there, and with the close proximity to the dancers. Yeah.
Like they all became halftime performers. It was so funny.
It was very cool. It was very cool. And they were all excited about it. Like it was, sometimes in, other All-Stars, it's like, they just go to the locker room, refresh. No, they want to stay out there, have a good time.
Yeah, we're dancing.
Yeah. So that rocked. That rocked.
But rounding out our top 10 moments of All-Star Weekend, I will say I want to highlight the orange carpet. I love a carpet. I love seeing the outfits because they put a lot of time and effort into it.
They do.
Some of the ones that really stood out to me, I think Skylar looked beautiful in her like sparkly black jacket and her tights. I loved Skylar's outfit. Ryan looked amazing.
The jacket was so fire.
Yeah, it was like fire.
Like quite literally.
Yeah.
She said, no one can, I think she said it herself. Like, no one can wear this but me. Like, this is me.
No, she was like, yeah, they made this for me. Like, no one else can wear this. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
She was rocking it. Amazing. Asia's dress was insane. Gorgeous Asia. Did you see, there was one clip where someone was like, oh, it's giving like a wet look. It was kind of like wet.
I did not see
the dress
that.
And Asia was like, yeah, it's wet like my jumper.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, that was funny.
Very funny.
Fee looked so good too. Her like 2-piece black shiny little set, that was cute. Angel looked amazing. Like her business print, look. Yeah, her cheetah print like button coat kind of thing. That was cool. And then Kayla McBride.
Hell yeah.
Well, a couple of them, really had a disadvantage because they were called so last minute.
True.
But so Kayla McBride comes up and they're like, what are you wearing? Where is this from? And she's like, I just had to go to Nordstrom. I was called last minute.
And I liked her fit. I liked her fit a lot. But it's just funny when you juxtapose like Angel saying, I'm wearing Gucci. I'm wearing whatever other brands she was wearing. Like she named them all. She was wearing 5 or 6 different brands. And then, K-Mac is just like, Picked it up at Nordstrom.
So good. Obviously, Sid and TP were great on the orange carpet interviewing people.
Yeah.
Yes, for Yahoo. There's like funny compilation videos of them interviewing Asia, especially because they both played with Asia.
Right.
So that's so funny when they're talking to her. And then we can leave it off with a question. Are Marina Mabrey and Sanaya Rivers together?
We have gone back and forth all weekend. We've been in our group chat saying maybe they're just trolling. Maybe they trolled so far that they're actually together now. I don't know. Some people would say they are absolutely convinced that this weekend proved that they were together. I'm still not sure. And if they are, hell yeah. Because I love them both. Sanaya Rivers, she had a great weekend too. Like, another rookie on the scene doing interviews. She was interviewing, I can't remember who it was, but she was doing like warm-ups, interviews on the court while they're warming up and practicing for the game. And she's just so funny. She's so funny.
She is funny.
And yeah, that was awesome. But yes, it's very much a pun to this. Do we know for sure?
We'll keep looking into it.
If you know for sure and you have proof, send us an email, attackthebaseline@gmail.com, or connect with us on Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok, @ATBPod. We'd love to hear from you. Send us a 5-star rating and review if you'd be so kind as to help us boost the show. And I'm very excited to get back into some games. We got games starting on Wednesday. The second half of the WNBA season is upon us.
We're starting off as New York Liberty fans.
Yes.
I don't know if Jonquel's supposed to be back. I feel like they're saying she should be back soon. I don't know. I hope so.
Jonquel would know if they're together. She would tell us.
Jonquel knows everyone's status.
That's true. I hope she's back. But yes, looking forward to digging in on, Tosh and Sabrina.
That's true. Going back to these players are hot.
Maybe Stewie's going to pass to the bench again or the opposite team.
Stewie's still feeling herself. She'll pass to anybody.
But we are very excited to bring you that coverage. And we will talk to you next week. And unless there's some major breaking news before then. But Kristen, I think that'll do it for our show. I'm staring at the baseline. What are we going to do?
Attack it.
Attack the baseline. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back very soon.
Get ready. Wayfair's biggest sale of the season is almost here. It's Black Friday in July, and it's coming your way. For 5 days only, score up to 80% off everything home at Wayfair. Plus amazing doorbuster deals and free shipping on everything. Yes, everything, right to your door. So mark your calendars. Wayfair's Black Friday and July sale starts July 24th. Shop everything home at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Did you know that parents rank financial literacy as the #1 most difficult life skill to teach? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, you can set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn to earn, save, and spend wisely, and parents can rest easy knowing their kids are learning about money with guardrails in place. Sign up for Greenlight today at greenlight.com/podcast.